New Commission proposals aim to simplify and better harmonize EU food safety rules and oversight. Now Parliament is weighing in on the issue, which has grabbed headlines because past legislation has been too cumbersome, unable to react fast enough to damaging events like this year's horsemeat scandal in the UK, Ireland and France, which later spread throughout the EU. New reforms would greatly simplify food chain legislation and procedures across the EU. And one additional benefit, greater funding for local inspections across the member states to help catch violators before the damage is done to consumer health, supply, and reputation. Among the main points include future unannounced inspections in member states to strengthen anti-fraud measures, also faster upgrades of existing standards to meet the challenges of globalization and climate change, which have led to the creation of new pest species. And financial compensation for hard-pressed farmers hit by new pest outbreaks would also be granted. Vice Chair of Parliament's Environment and Food Safety Committee is EPP Group member Christa Klass.
We have a new view about the food supply chain, and now it's necessary to bring it up in a good way, to bring it more for the consumer and also more for the internal market and the consumers. It's very important to have it without so much bureaucracy and more efficient.
And although the EU already has one of the highest food safety standards in the world, much more can be done, according to EU Health and Consumer Policy Commissioner Tonio Borg.
We are proposing legislation to make these controls work better, coordinating better, and this is why on the 6th of May we proposed a package relating to animal health and official controls and food controls as well. But certainly I think what we produce inside the European Union is safe. We need to ensure also that what is imported is safe as well.
Two of the main threats to food safety are poorer quality products sold by vendors cutting corners to save money, and export certification problems among member states and between the EU and third countries. Michael Scannell is director of the European Commission's Food Veterinary Office.
All member states are faced with these kinds of difficulties, and our new controls regulation needs to find mechanisms to essentially promote the export interests of the EU through, as Mr. Carrillo pointed out earlier, highlighting better the excellent safety record of European produce.
Commissioner Borg said the key to better EU enforcement of food safety is consolidation. The new proposal cuts 70 pieces of current legislation to just 5 in the future.
This is a consolidation of rules which already exist, so it's simpler to apply by those who have to enforce the law. So by a better regulation of this legislation, by consolidating a number of different laws on the food chain process, I think we are also improving the level of enforcement inside the European Union.
Also cited for greater enforcement is crop protection. Plants grown in the EU account for €205 billion in turnover annually. And all seeds, including traditional and niche seeds, would have to be registered under the proposed legislation. 60% of the world export value in seeds originates in the EU. Officials insist that vigilance is the watchword against human error and greed when it comes to food supply and safety, and inspectors will play a more visible role.
The recession and budget cuts have hurt inspection efforts to date, but officials now recognize the costly error in that. The focus now is on faster reaction to stem the next E. coli or mad cow outbreak, or catch the next fraudster passing off horse meat as beef. Find out more about the activities of Parliament's largest political force by going to eppgroup.eu. Thanks for looking in, and see you again soon.